What's up, family? Give this video a big thumbs up. So, as always, I like to have an authentic conversation, let off my thoughts, insight, and perspectives. And we have a lot to talk about. But if you got some value from this video, feel free to give this video a big thumbs up and also leave your thoughts down in the comments below. So, we have to talk about um, Elon Musk basically declaring war with the deep blue state or the deep state. And then we have Trump promising to fire individuals who will not go back to work in the office. However, first to start with Elon Musk, the Biden administration paid Reuters over 300 million in government contracts. 11 different Biden government agencies targeted Elon's businesses. All 11 agencies paid millions to Reuters. Reuters then won the Pulitzer Prize for quote unquote their work on Elon Musk and misconduct at his businesses. And this is Mike Bent Cyber. He has actually cited his sources and also noted, or I should say, came out on X in regards of this dumbfounding, or I should say, shocking or astonishing work in regards of the Biden administration basically paying a news source organization, or basically a news source network or organization that's supposed to basically spread information in regards of the latest news. However, they tended to target Elon Musk in regards of using hit pieces. And if you guys don't know, hit pieces are basically a way to sway the public opinion and basically gain popular opinion based on spewing their narratives targeting Elon Musk and basically bashing him at every step of the way. And the Biden administration paid millions of dollars, as you guys can see, to do these things, basically trying to tarnish and damage Elon Musk's reputation and continue to come at him in every shape, way, or form. So let's read one of the things he cited. It said the Reuters staff won the Pulitzer Prize for national reporting for their work on Elon Musk and misconduct at his businesses, including SpaceX, Tesla, and Neuralink. Then it goes on to show, a whole chart in regards of investigations and cabinet departments and stuff like that in regards of the government and their entities and under the Biden administration, who had basically pressed the red button or gave the yes, I would like to say, in regards of continuing to come at Elon Musk and his businesses. And this is a chart. You guys could go check it out. When it came to the Department of Justice, and these are the type of basically contracts in regards of the funding to basically report these hit pieces, continue to come at Elon Musk as a news source. Okay. So that is on usaspending.gov. That is the government website. But we move on next to a news, or I should say, New York Times came out with an article right after this news came out from Mike Ben's Cyber in regards of pointing out the matter and how they were targeting Elon Musk. So I want you guys to check this out. This is the article New York Times came out with the following day. And I know you guys aren't surprised because it's another hit piece. And it goes on to say, Elon Musk and SpaceX face federal reviews after violations of security reporting rules. Federal agencies have opened at least 3 reviews into whether the company and its leader comply with disclosure protocols intended to protect state secrets, people with knowledge of the matter said. And it goes on to say, Elon Musk and his rocket company SpaceX have repeatedly failed to comply with federal reporting protocols aimed at protecting state secrets, including by not providing some details of his meetings with foreign leaders, according to people with knowledge of the company and internal documents. Now, you guys, of course, should go read the whole article on New York Times, as the article reads, as I said at the beginning. But I wanted to point out some things that are very important that stuck out to me that I wanted to give you guys in regards of the information and give my commentary on it. So it goes on to say, concerns about the reporting practices, and particularly about Mr. Musk, who is SpaceX chief executive, have triggered at least 3 federal reviews. 8 people with knowledge of efforts said the Defense Department's Office of Inspector General opened a review in a matter of this year, and the Air Force and the Pentagon Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence Security separately initiated reviews last month. Okay? But most importantly, this what really stuck out to me and encapsulated the whole thing. Okay? So as we scroll down, Basically, it says under under security clearance rules must report rules Mr. Musk must report information about his private life and foreign travel among other details to Defense Department as part of a process known as continuous vetting, quote unquote, that allows the government to evaluate whether someone with a high level security clearance should continue handling sensitive information, right? And I find this very funny because we all know that Elon Musk is a very successful man. And also, he has a target on his back because he is trying to basically, um, him and Vivek Ramaswamy are basically trying to use Doge in a way of conducting more of efficient government and making a more lean government for the best interest of the people. And of course, the establishment, and what I mean by the establishment is the left or the leftists, which is the Democratic Party, do not like this. So of course, they're going to continue to target him. And I'm not surprised that the Biden administration wanted to initiate this as soon as possible and continue to do so because the truth is coming out, and also they do not want their corruptness to be exposed. That's my take on it. But however, I find it very interesting because I did mention the Democratic Party, right? So Elizabeth Warren, right? I call her a political source. This lady needs to go somewhere. She look like a cookie lady, okay? But however, it goes on to report new. Elizabeth Warren wrote a letter to Trump campaign trying to sabotage Elon Musk. The Trump campaign clapped back, calling her Pocahontas and figuratively telling her to go to pound sand. Quote unquote, President Trump has assembled the most impressive and qualified team of innovators, entrepreneurs, and geniuses to advise and staff our government. Leviette said in a statement, quote unquote, Pocahontas can play political games and send toothless letters, but the Trump Vance transition team will continue to be held to the highest ethical and legal standards possible, a standard unfamiliar to a career politician whose societal impact is 1 to 1,024th of Elon Musk's. And of course, we all know that Trump is not a part of the establishment. He's not your typical politician. As we all know, typical politicians, they like to say one thing and do another. As I always say, and I will continue to say, Trump basically does what he say and means what he say. And he doesn't necessarily care about going after enemies or even creating enemies. He just want to work with people that work with him for the best interest of the people. And if you're in his way, then there's a problem. And the only time is an issue is and you become an enemy is if you're in his way, like individuals like this that like to fearmonger. And I will demonstrate to you guys basically how Elizabeth Warren was so busy infatuated with fear mongering, just like the whole Democratic Party that was so infatuated with Kamala Harris and the whole reproductive right campaign and slandering Trump, and not really focused on the economy and the American people, let alone the public safety of the American people when it came to the border crisis. I will show you a video of Elizabeth Warren and that whole Democratic Party establishment. That's why it will be a decade or even more, and that's why they keep losing elections when I show you guys an example of why they keep going down this same rabbit hole of ignorance. But however, it says Elizabeth Warren asks Trump to set conflict of interest rules for Musk. The letter from the Massachusetts senator comes as a tech tycoon has taken a prominent role inside Trump's orbit. So basically, Elizabeth Warren reached out to Trump transition team to strengthen conflict of interest rules since Trump is dealing with Elon Musk and having dealings with Elon Musk, and she basically see Elon Musk as a threat and feel like there will be a conflict of interest in regards of how he handles sensitive information. As I showed you guys that the Biden administration paid Reuters, which is a news network organization, basically millions of dollars to basically come at Elon Musk and his whole bit and all his business entities just by a personal attack. So now they're reaching out to Trump, trying to have this positive, nice gesture of just saying, oh, we just want you to strengthen conflict of interest. We don't want no rules to be broken. Like, this party is not the Democratic Party of corruptness that continue to be exposed, just like we know about the January 6th thing that was false, right? We know that they were federal informants that dressed up as MAGA individuals that ran the Capitol. It wasn't true Trump supporters, but I digress. Moving on next. We go to Elon Musk responding. And he said, yeah, this explains a lot. Shame on Reuters, paid propaganda, right? And it goes on to say the post that he responded to, wow, turns out all those Reuters hit pieces were funded by the Biden administration. I remember thinking this is so weird why Reuters is so suddenly anti-Tesla. They wanted to look cool for Biden, which was a trend at the time, until they realized they were on the losing side. And a lot of people realized they were on the losing side. And now they're trying to win to the winning side. No, stay where you at and stand your ground. However, Elon Musk did troll, and I found this hilarious. And I want to know you guys' perspective down in the comments if you guys found this hilarious, as Elizabeth Warren have lied about her heritage, but they didn't want to talk about that. But however, this is him trolling and Elizabeth Warren looking like Pocahontas, okay? Dressed up as Pocahontas. Look pretty good, as she's a political source who needs to be out and go somewhere and go to sleep somewhere, just like Sleepy Joe, her companion or colleague. However, Elizabeth Warren, as I said I would show you guys how the extreme leftists continue to slander Trump and being so infatuated in doing so and not worrying about the best interest of the American people and fearmonger. This is Elizabeth Warren doing the very thing that I just said. Hold up, family. Let me just change the audio so you guys can hear it. One second, guys. Because you guys cannot hear the audio as I just seen on the sound levels. Run it back. Look, we straight cut authentic with it. You know, we make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. Let's rock out.
So think about it this way. Here is this man, richest man in the world, who has multiple companies. So he's got Tesla, the electric car maker. He's got X. He's got Neuralink. He's got SpaceX and a handful of other companies. Those companies are directly involved with the United States government. Millions and millions of dollars worth of government contracts, millions of touch points where there are rules that will affect those companies, like a $7,500 rebate for electric cars, investigations that are currently ongoing into the practices of each of those companies and, in some cases, into Mr. Musk himself. And here he is whispering into the ear of Donald Trump. So what is he whispering? Is he whispering, here are ways to help the American people? Or is he thinking through ways to make those companies richer, to back off the regulators, or to end any investigations into his work? This is conflicts of interest at a level that we have never before seen in this country. And it is critically important, first of all, that we call it out. And second, that we start to push back and say, no, the American public has a right to know who's giving this kind of advice to Donald Trump. Someone who's helping the American people or just helping himself.
I find it funny. She said, is he for the American people or helping himself? Now, we all know that Trump basically just got a Japanese world leader to bring. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up. I'm not going to sit here and not show the receipts. Trump just actually, he's not even on the ground. He's not even inaugurated yet. He made a deal with SoftBank, and it's basically $100 billion investment to bring 100,000 jobs to America. So you call that a person that's not having the best interest of the American people? When you, Elizabeth Warren, if I'm correct, if I can find it, and I want you guys to check this out. She has a net worth of over 73 million. And if you guys don't believe me, hopefully I can show you. Just give me a second, because I find it very interesting that this individual can say something like this. And first of all, these individuals haven't even been in office yet, and they haven't even gotten in office. And she's so busy trying to slander and fearmonger, and you call that having the best interest of the American people? I don't think so. But I know that she basically, okay, you guys don't believe me? Okay, I'll show you. So here we go. It say in September of 2023, Senator Elizabeth Warren called to investigate Elon Musk. Now she says Elon Musk working with Donald Trump is a conflict of interest. While serving 10 years in Congress with an annual salary of $193,000, and she managed to increase her net worth of $73 million. So, not even to mention the back deals that we'll never know about within the corruption of the whole Democratic establishment in regards of how they seek things for personal gain, but they like to project and say Trump and Elon Musk is dealing with Trump for personal gain, and how is this best for the American people, and fearmonger. We haven't seen them execute, but anyway, they're already executing and showing true leadership with Trump and JD Vance, and they're not even in office. JD Vance went down to North Carolina to talk to the hurricane victims and let them know this holiday season they're not forgetting, and the government will be stepping in very effectively and more effectively, and there will be the whole FEMA entity that helps victims with natural disasters be more effective, and you don't have to go through all these yes men to all these people to say yes before you actually be effective to help these victims who couldn't control what happened to them. And then you have Trump bringing jobs to America, and he's not even and also talk with the Mexican president to close the borders are and keep those caravans out of America. Not even to mention that he spoke with Justin Trudeau over there in Canada, and basically said, if you don't stop these illegals coming over here and bringing these drugs, you're going to have a 25% tariff. But they're not for the American people. Okay, but fear mongering is your priority amongst the American people. And that's why we don't believe legacy media. And that's why we don't believe corrupt politicians just like her. But however, I want to add more context and example. Mind you, she mentioned Elon Musk's company, right? SpaceX. These are the top 5 government contractors in fiscal year 2023 by defense spending were. And this is the physical year, the entire physical year, 1 year of 2023. Lockheed Martin ranked first with $64.4 billion in defense spending. RTX Corporation ranked second with $21.4 billion in defense spending. General Dynamics ranked third with $22.9 billion in defense spending. Boeing, now we all know they got airplanes with doors flying off and all that type of stuff, ranked fourth with $20.1 billion in defense spending. Okay? So there you guys have it. So you compare those top 5 contractors with the government compared to Elon Musk SpaceX, that's $2.5 billion. You know what I'm saying? But however, you want to talk about priority in the best interest of the American people, and us, we the people, electing officials that's supposed to lobby in the best interest of the American people. Well, Trump has something very interesting to say in regards of the reputation of these government workers and how they are really conducting themselves, and why Doge exists in the first place with Elon Musk, which they really fear, since she wanted to talk about fear mongering. The truth is, she fear that these individuals will lose their job that work for the government, that are supposed to be working on the behalf of the people. And Trump basically said, look, I'm going to fire federal employees who are working from home if they don't come into this office. As we all know, that Elon Musk working with Vivek Ramaswamy and created the whole Doge was for lean government, to audit the government and realize where American taxpayer dollars are going, and being very transparent with the American people, also restoring trust with the American people and government. But this is the article, because they're going to try to spin more hit points and more false narratives. Oh, Trump is just trying to get back at, individuals that work for the government and blah, 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 blah. No, this is the truth here, and we're going to read it as it comes from Fox Business, okay? So it says, as the article reads, the deal, which was first reported by Bloomberg, covers roughly 42,000 Social Security employees around the country. Under the agreement, requirements for workers range from beginning in office from 2 to 5 days per week, the outlet reported, citing people familiar with the matter. So it says National President Everett Kelly responded to Trump's comments about the remote work deal in a statement that the union supports telework, quote unquote, where it delivers for both the taxpayers and the workers who serve them. Telework and remote work are tools that have helped the federal government increase productivity and efficiency, maintain continuity of continuity of operations and increase disaster preparedness. Now we all know FEMA is slow and JD Vance had to go down there, as I just mentioned to you guys, but increased disaster preparedness under this slow administration of Biden, under this slow current administration with Biden and Kamala Harris, yeah, with the $700, like that was going to do enough. But Joe Biden's over there sending billions of dollars over there to Angola and sending 30 billion to fund Ukraine for the Russian war. But they want to increase remote work is supposed to increase disaster preparedness. Yeah, okay. So, however, it goes on to say rumors of widespread federal telework and remote work are simply untrue. More than half of federal employees cannot telework at all because of the nature of their jobs. Only 10% of federal workers are remote. And those who have hybrid arrangements spend over 60% of working hours in the office, Kelly said. So she says, it goes on to say, Kelly adds, collective bargaining agreements entered into by the federal government are binding and enforceable under the law. We trust the incoming administration will abide by their obligations to honor lawful union contracts. If they fail to do so, we will be prepared to enforce our rights, Kelly added. Okay. Yeah, so I find it very, very interesting because at the end of the day, um, I find it interesting because we all know that Vivek Ramaswamy had said that they mentioned that 60% of working of individuals hybrid arrangements spend over 60% of working hours in the office, and 10% federal workers are remote. But however, Vivek Ramaswamy said 6% of individuals are actually working in their office. But no matter how you put it, the focus, the sole focus is, I don't know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who in the office. I don't know what's really going on, if they're working in the office or not. But the focus is, and the most important thing is, the audit should happen. Federal government spending and how they spend American taxpayer dollars, and also we're funding a government building that they say that they're in, but they're not really in. There should be an audit. So however you put it, the same way they audit and come for American taxpayer citizens when it comes to the IRS and their monies, whether it's $600, $6, $10, I don't care. It's the same way they should be audited in regards of how they spend our money. And I'm going to leave it there, folks. I hope you guys got some value from this video. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. As a price of commission, spread that peace, love, and positivity. And let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments with Elon Musk being targeted by the Biden administration to pay this news network to basically throw out hit pieces to come and tackle and attack and do personal attacks on Elon Musk to basically sway the opinion of the people and also the public opinion, but popular opinion, and so busy infatuated with spreading messy propaganda narratives. And also Trump basically saying that, look, I'm going to fire you if you don't get up in that office. So let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. On that note, family, peace.